My gosh, it's even worse than I thought. But what am I talking about here? Well, a couple days ago, I made a video talking about the potential release of DLC 4 and also what that meant for a DLC 5. And a lot of people were not happy with what I had to say in that video. They were all saying I was wrong and just hating and stuff like that. But if it didn't already vindicate me, like today it definitely does. But quickly, let me summarize what I said in that video, because at that point we found out that Season 4 was not going to have a zombies map at all, not the launch of it or reloaded. And because of that, that meant that we weren't going to be getting DLC 4 till the earliest at the launch of Season 5. And at the time, we didn't really know when Season 5 was going to launch because we didn't have a battle pass to count it down, but I had assumed it was going to be the same length as the last two seasons, about 55 days. But oh my gosh, was that the wrong assumption to make, because now we actually do have the battle pass and we can see exactly how long it's going to be, and in other words, we can know exactly the launch of Season 5 and probably DLC 4. And to my surprise, this season is going to be 69 days long. Literally 2 weeks longer than I initially expected, which is crazy because that's adding 14 more days. And already, the wait in between DLC 3 and DLC 4 was going to be a long one. It was going to be like 108 days or something like that. But then now, because of this, it's going to be even longer. Because really think about this. We got DLC 3 on April 3rd, and we are not going to be getting DLC 4 at the earliest. And I'm saying earliest because there's people talking about how we might not get this map till Season 5 Reloaded. So at the earliest, the launch of Season 5 would be on August 7th. Now count that up yourself. How many months is that in between it? April, May, June, July, August, 5 months. Well, technically it's 4 months and a couple days, but it's still a long time, because if we really talk about that in terms of days, that's 126 days in between zombie map drops. That is crazy. That is the second longest drought that we've ever had in Call of Duty Zombies. If you look at Black Ops 4, you had like a 70 some day wait in between maps, and then you had in Black Ops 3, surprisingly, you had like an 84 day wait in between map drops, and the only one that was longer was Cold War. We expected that with Cold War. We knew Cold War was a rush game. We knew it was going to be chaotic. We knew it wasn't going to be ideal. But Black Ops 6 is supposed to be different. It was supposed to have 4 years to develop it. We were expecting maybe even a DLC 5, but instead, what did we get? The second longest drought in the history of Call of Duty Zombies during its season. That is crazy to me. And that's again assuming it's at the launch of Season 5, which some leakers are saying might not even be the case. It might be coming with Season 5 Reloaded, and it might even top what we saw in Cold War. And that would be absolutely insane. But for now, let's assume the best, which the best is not even great. That 126 day wait between zombies maps is the best right now. And as bad as that is, like, if it wasn't obvious already, well, there's practically no way we're getting a DLC 5. Come on. I know people were on me for this in my last video, but really think about it now, especially now with a delay to Season 5. Like, when are they going to be releasing DLC 5, huh? When is that going to happen? It's not going to happen at the launch of Season 5, because that's when we're hoping we're going to get in DLC 4. Is it going to be Season 5 Reloaded? I doubt it. We waited that long for that one. There's no way we're getting back-to-back maps and updates now. So when would it be? A Season 6? Well, first things first, is there even going to be a Season 6? Because think about it. Since we know the launch of Season 5, we can then assume the length of it. And let's once again assume the best, which is something I already made the mistake of in my last video. But let's assume that this Season 5 is going to be 55 days. Well, when does that set it to end? That sets it to end on October 2nd. So that means that we would be getting a potential Season 6 on October 2nd. And why would they do that? That's literally a month before the next Call of Duty game comes out. Like, there's no way they're dropping a major update that close to it, especially a zombie map drop. So honestly, at this point, I think we just throw that idea of a DLC 5 out. I mean, I hope I'm wrong here. Trust me, I don't want to be right about this, but I just don't see how it could possibly work out, to be completely honest with you guys. So not only does this mean that the drought is longer than we initially had thought, but on top of that, it really does eliminate this idea of a DLC 5. But one thing that I can't help but question is why? Because, like, at the end of the day, it's nothing too crazy. We're going to be just getting 4 DLC maps throughout the season, which is what we've always got. That's not the problem. Because of us believing in a fake DLC 5 is on us. We should have never done that. But the problem is the release schedule. Why did they release DLC 1 in December, so close to the launch, and then DLC 2 in January, and then DLC 3 in April, just to leave us out to dry for the rest of the year with only one zombies map? If they were smart about it, they wouldn't have released Citadel that early. They could release Citadel with Season 2, then we could have got a map in Season 3, 4, and 5, and it would have worked out so much better. It wouldn't have felt like we had a giant drought here anymore. So why are they doing this? Well, the only thing that I could possibly think of is that the rumors that seem to be true are actually true, and Treyarch is developing back-to-back Call of Duty games. They made Black Ops 6, and now they're making COD 2025 that's going to be Black Ops 7 or whatever, right? And it would make sense because they just want to release all the major content for Black Ops 6 towards the start of it, and then they could just focus on Black Ops 7 for the rest of the year and finishing developing that. I mean, it would make sense that they're going to have 8 months after DLC 3 till the launch of their next game, and they only have to release one more zombies map. Like, they have the rest of those 8 months to focus on their next game. That's the only way it makes sense to me. And it's unfortunate because I do think it hurts Black Ops 6 for sure, but I mean, it is what it is, I guess, which is fine. Like, at the end of the day, we got our 4 DLC maps, even though the tomb was barely even that, but whatever, we got our 4 maps. So at the end of the day, it's not like we were lacking in maps, right? We're getting what is usual, but I still feel like the way they released it was such a mistake, because this drought could have been so avoidable if instead of releasing Citadel with Season 1 Reloaded, they released it with Season 2, and then we got a map every season after that. I think that would have been a lot better, but who am I to question the almighty Activision, Treyarch, Call of Duty, or whoever was behind this decision? But regardless though, that's all I really have to say about this, and I'd love to hear what you guys think about this. Not great vibes right now, still a long wait. We have a drought coming up, so I'm going to be making some random videos about random zombie stuff, so hopefully you're into that. But regardless, that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.